Hello, my name is Tiffany and I'm here with Matthew. Today we're going to be discussing homelessness and housing. Next slide. The purpose of this presentation is to discuss homelessness, which is a major problem that has been running rampant across California. One of the local jurisdictions, City of Carlsbad, is one of the areas dealing with this epidemic. There are over 653,000 people that are living through the nightmare of poverty. Homelessness can happen to anyone at any time. What we need to understand is that there are different reasons why people experience this. First, loss of employment, health problems, substance abuse, domestic violence. Lastly, lack of affordable housing. The severe shortage of affordable housing is the primary cause of California's homelessness crisis. Next slide, please. Statistics show that there are 186,000 people who are homeless and in homeless shelters throughout the state. There are 112 people who are unsheltered and 38 who are in shelters. Numbers have increased largely due to the lack of affordable housing for those who are at risk of becoming homeless and low income families. Next slide. National Low Income Housing Coalition provided data that the state has a shortage of affordable housing of 970,000 low-cost housing for its low-income earning renters, or for the people who earn approximately 33,000 a year. In 2023, the California Housing Partnership stated that 141,544 low-income renters household that live in San Diego do not have access to affordable homes. It is important that we invest more in building more affordable housing. Californians, San Diegans, and Carlsbad's residents deserve to live in safe, secure, and prosperous neighborhoods. Next slide. Prices of homes increased 40% since 2020. The average renter spends more of their income on rent, and numbers show that Californians are homeless because they can't afford housing. Next slide. This graph shows the population of people that either sheltered or unsheltered in Carlsbad between the year of 2023 to 2024. The number of unsheltered people dropped 11% between 2023 to 2024. Next slide. The next portion of this presentation will discuss the proposed policy, and that will be introduced by Matt. You can take it away, Matt.
Thank you so much, Tiffany. That was a good introduction to our issue and and how it's a really complex problem that's affecting all of our lives and affecting all of our communities. That puts a strain on all of us and it affects how we live our lives. It decreases public safety as well. So this is a very complex, multifaceted problem. There's not one type of solution to addressing this issue. Every community is going to be different, and every problem is going to come with different types of solutions. So it's going to take a collective effort of all of us. But the proposed policy that we chose to invest in is housing first. That's what Tiffany kind of hinted on with the need for more affordable housing. It's all about housing first. So housing first is what all we need to give us stability by any means necessary. To remedy the public health issue surrounding homelessness in Carlsbad, California, we will be collaborating with the Housing Trust Fund of California to proceed with the goal to construct more affordable housing options for the homeless and low income people while incorporating the Housing First policy. The Housing First policy was created to give assistance to those who are at risk or who are already on the streets to receive housing before treatment. However, there is one problem. There's not enough housing to make our policy of homes first feasible. which is what Tiffany just said earlier. So this is why the Housing Trust Fund was established by the Carlsbad City Council, whose goal it is to spend more money on housing as a means to make housing more affordable and accessible to lower income households. So, how does the Housing Trust Fund acquire the money needed to make homes more cheaper for lower income Carlsbad residents? You all may be asking me, and money doesn't grow on trees. This is Economics 101. The trust fund receives funding through a variety of sources. The fund then uses the resources in the production, acquisition, rehabilitation, and preservation of more affordable housing for lower income families. The city of Carlsbad has received assistance from the San Diego County government and from the state of California as well. San Diego government makes sure that every San Diegan remains in good health by providing them with social services, housing, and health care. Housing Trust Fund, the City of Carlsbad, City Council, San Diego government, the state of California, the California Interagency Council on Homelessness, and the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development has an important role in providing the funding needed for the government, contractors, construction workers, and other agencies to build more affordable housing. So this goes right back to our solution, housing first. Housing first is as the name applies. Give people who are on the streets a home first. Housing gives people a sense of stability in their own lives. It also gives them a starting point. And this is true for all of us as human beings. We all have to start somewhere in life. And by giving them a home first, it allows them to better address their mental health needs. It also allows them to explore how they became homeless in the first place, and it helps them get a job to support themselves to further stabilize their life. Um, and also, this housing first suits with the city of Carlsbad vision of including all people, diversity, and social equity. And on top of that, we we support more humane policies in uplifting people out of poverty. And housing first is just one of those policies to doing just that. Um, because we believe all people deserve a secure and decent place to live. And there's been studies that housing first actually helps people uh, get escape from homelessness and increases their housing stability. According to Jack Tsai's article, he concluded that giving people a home first is what allows them to quickly exit homelessness and into greater housing stability. And this is in part because housing gives them a spawn point and where they have a place to shower so they can have good hygiene to actually go show up to a job interview. Let's be honest here. No employer is going to hire someone living on the streets that is all that has bad hygiene. I sure wouldn't because it makes them look unprofessional. You employers expect people to look professional and have good hygiene when they show up to interview. It gives them a first good impression. And housing gives them just that to give them a place to shower, sleep, relax, and eat. So, but in order for housing first to be successful, we need more homes. So this is why we are creating a plan in which we are pressuring cities and the state to construct a thousand new affordable homes by 2030 to meet the needs of lower income Californians that desperately need homes that they can afford. We also looked into what Holly Huber talked about in one of her blogs, talking about high-rise apartments. And what high-rise apartments are is essentially they're residential buildings that are at least 70 to 75 feet. They're essentially city skyscrapers, pretty much, but they're apartments with homes that people can live in. And they're typically located in major cities. It's becoming a very rampant in the 21st century, building those type of homes. But as I said a few slides back, we're gonna need resources to building more homes. We're gonna need resources so that housing first is a successful policy. So, and this goes right back to what I said earlier about needing resources. It's going to take a collective effort of all of us as one Carlsbad to addressing the needs of homeless, to addressing lower income households' needs and to ending homelessness in our communities. It's going to take the city government, the county government, and the state, and us as a people to do our fair share in building more homes and to help give all people a home first. This means we're going to have to get used to paying more in taxes to fund these humane policies, such as housing first, for instance. And I'm fine with that 100% because, like it or not, we have to learn to be fiscally responsible as Americans. We already are in a $34 trillion national debt, and to we have to learn that we have to find ways to pay for things. Money doesn't grow on trees, as I just said earlier. So we have to expect that if we want the government to pay for humane policies such as housing first and for more housing, we're going to have to pay more in taxes. And I'm fine with that because as I learned in one movie, if everyone just takes care of the neighbor, then everyone will be better off. It's just common sense. But all in all, it's going to take a collective effort because this is a complex problem. But as long as we all do our fair share in paying our fair share in taxes, we can end homelessness once and for all. And together, we can reimagine a more safe, secure, and prosperous and vibrant Carlsbad for all. So let's get to work on reimagining a better Carlsbad for all. And if you have any more questions, feel free to email us if you have questions. You have my email and Tiffany's email as well. Let's do it together as one Carlsbad, and we will reimagine Carlsbad for generations to come. Thank you very much.